I just returned from vacation in Colorado, Kim and I, and one of the ways I like to relax is by reading novels for fun and not for work. Anybody else? Right? It never works for me, though, because preachers can't help themselves, don't you know? We are finding sermons everywhere. We are like prospectors who pan for spiritual gold nuggets in every dry creek bed. Well, I found a first novel by a woman named Helene Wecker in a combination bookstore coffee shop in Crested Butte. It's called The Golem and the Jinni, and it's set in Lower Manhattan in the year 1899. A golem and a jinni have found themselves there among the immigrant communities, both a bit lost and trying to find their way in human form. Now, you need to know a little bit about the sort of fantastic fable background to all of this in order to understand the great insights into human nature. A golem is a creature made of clay that is made to look human, and then it is brought to life by the secret, mysterious incantation of Jewish mystical tradition. Right, Richard? And it comes to be a living being, looking human, but always and only just a slave to its master. Not thinking on its own, only doing what it's told and repeating the same thing over and over again. Whereas a golem is made of earth, a jinni, kind of like a genie, Jinni, is a creature of fire, a desert dweller that lives in the wind and is always flitting about, sort of invisible to human beings, but curious about them and their lives. A jinni may inhabit the mind and dreams of a human being, but it remains always untethered, always just living in the moment, sensing how the wind is blowing and what prevailing opinion is in the minds of others. Although I'm not finished reading yet, I think Wecker wants us to see ourselves as being neither golem nor jinni. To be human is to live in that glorious tension between the old and the new, between the past and the future, thinking and discerning our way in the world. A golem church doesn't think for itself or discern anything. It only repeats the past and keeps doing what it has always done. A jinni church is swept up by the surrounding culture and is always and only just a reflection of its times. By contrast, a discerning church is one that practices what the New Testament scholar Kavin Rowe has called traditioned innovation. I like that term. It honors tradition, but isn't a slave to it. It innovates on tradition, but doesn't cut itself off from all that is past as an adolescent rebellion just running off to do whatever it wants. Instead, it stays connected. So if you will, this is a kind of courageous conservatism or a prudent progressivism, depending upon your default preference of language.